Hello everybody, and welcome back to my chatty, sassy channel here on YouTube where I talk about all things luxury. Today I'm asking the question of, do I have the ultimate luxury handbag collection? Now this video was inspired by Deb from Wildunfiltered. I will be looking at the top 5 luxury handbag houses, looking at the ultimate bag from each brand, saying if I have it, if I don't have it, if I love it, if I hate it, and then looking to see what that means in terms of my collection if I have the ultimate luxury handbag collection. Now, I by no means have the biggest luxury handbag collection, and even in the handbag tribe, but I do have quite a few very classic bags, as I am a lover of the classics. And let's start out with the premier bag for many people, which is a quota bag from Hermes. Now, my quota bag from Hermes is the Birkin 30 Togo Leather Rouge Ash Gold Hardware. This is the only quota bag that I was willing to accept. Bless my poor SA, she offered me so many gorgeous bags and I kept telling her no because this was the bag I knew would be for me. Because if I was going to spend this much money on a handbag, I needed to love the handbag. And so I wanted this color because I knew it would go with everything in my wardrobe. I knew it was a color that I'd never get tired of. I wanted gold hardware because that's classic. I wanted Togo leather because I think that that looks a lot better than Epsom. And then I wanted a 30 because I wanted to be able to sling it up onto my arm in order for ease of use carrying. And being very specific, turning down bags that didn't work for me and waiting for my dream Birkin was absolutely the right call because I've used this bag so much. It's one of my top 2 used bags this year, and I only got it in December. And this bag is one that, because I was so patient, because I knew exactly what I needed to make the bag work for me, it works amazing for me. I take this bag to Walmart, I take it to Starbucks, I take it to lunch with friends, I take it to the office. I take this bag so many places and I use it so much because I wanted a bag that I can have it fun with my guitar charm and my twillies for casual. I can take these off and it all of a sudden becomes this very classic, calm, professional bag. And I love that I'm able to do that with this bag. I'm loving that I can dress it up or dress it down. I carry this bag open so that I don't have to deal with the sangles and the lock and closing all of it up. If I ever felt like I needed to for security, I absolutely would. But generally, I just carry this as an open tote and I love it, and it works so well for me because since it's a tote that I carry on my arm, I keep it very close to my body when I'm carrying it, and so I don't feel the need to be worried about security with it. And so bag number 1, ultimate handbag to have in my collection, I've got one. Now, I, like most people, did not start off my collection with Hermes. I started, like many people do, at a different luxury house, which is Louis Vuitton. Now, if I were to do this video a few years ago, the ultimate Louis Vuitton handbag, I think from Louis Vuitton's perspective, would undoubtedly be the Capucine's bag. However, since Pharrell came to Louis Vuitton men's, he introduced the P9 Speedy. And I would say that that is definitely what Louis Vuitton would say is their ultimate top tier bag at this point. I'm not a particularly fan of either of these bags, in all honesty. The Capucine I think is kind of finicky to use. I also think that it's overpriced. The P9 Speedy, while a beautiful leather, I'm not a Speedy fan. I also think this bag is ridiculously overpriced. As someone who's had a lot of issues with quality in the brand and with customer service in the brand not meeting what I feel to be luxury expectations, and this is really the only luxury house that I've experienced this with, I don't have a love for modern Louis Vuitton, so that might be part of the reason why I'm not as drawn to a P9 Speedy or a Capucine. But I do love the history and the heritage of the brand, and the heritage of Louis Vuitton is in trunk making. So to me, the ultimate Louis Vuitton item isn't actually a handbag, it's a trunk. And I have a personal customized trunk. This is the 24 size trunk. I had it made in damier Ben with the red interior. I did look at green interior, but it made it look like a billiard table, so I went with the red, and I love this trunk. It is painted on, it is personalized, it is my personal trunk. It was made just for me, and I love this trunk. I'm so glad that I have this trunk. I would not want to pay the price for this again, but I'm really glad that I got this because I got this as a milestone for myself when I achieved my CPA. So in my mind, I do actually have the ultimate Louis Vuitton item, but I can see on how you could argue that I didn't since I don't have a Capucine or a P9 Speedy. and I don't particularly see either of those bags making it into my collection. If you'd like to see the horror story about the version of this trunk that I nearly got before this one, I will link it down below. I will also link below my video where I talk about the ultimate 5 luxury handbags I would love to have. I get into my Hermes Dream Special Order. I also talk about how there is one specific capucine that sentimentality-wise I would like to have. Now, let's move to house number 3. And house number 3 is an item that I only have one of, and I do believe that I have a version of the ultimate bag from this house. That house is Fendi. And the ultimate bag at Fendi, one could potentially argue the peekaboo, but I think that the true icon of Fendi is the Fendi baguette. That is the one pop culture that you have Sex in the City. It's not a bag, it's a baguette. They did a massive anniversary push for the baguette for the 25th anniversary, and it is the iconic bag. I don't have the standard size, I don't have the mini size, and I don't have a version that is all sequined or beaded, which I think is really where the Fendi baguette typically shines in people's minds. My Fendi baguette is the chain baguette in the Napa debossed leather, and this leather is just so amazing feeling. I will say this bag does come up much brighter yellow on camera. It's much more of a mustardy yellow in person, but this is a bag that I absolutely love having, even though I'm not even a big logo person. It's just so comfortable to carry as a shoulder bag because of how squishy it is. It's great as a crossbody because of how squishy that it is. And yes, you could definitely say that I don't have a super iconic Fendi baguette, which I will agree with you on. But I do have the Fendi baguette that works for me. And when it comes to these bags, if it's a bag that doesn't work for you, you're not going to love it. So for me, the regular size Fendi baguette is just too big. It looks awkward on me. The mini size, I've not found a version that would cause me to spend the money new in store. Or when I've seen the version that I love, it's already sold out, the way that Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle's Champagne Gold Fendi mini baguette is. And I think that they are amazing bags, but for me, it is the chain size that works the best. And I am really glad that I have this in a leather version because it makes it easier to use for me than a sequin would. Then we come to the last 2 houses, which are Chanel and Dior. Now, when it comes to these 2 houses, I am loving them right now under their new creative directors. But the 2 iconic bags from these houses, it doesn't matter who the creative director is. Let's start out first with Chanel, and undeniably the most iconic top tier Chanel bag to have is the Chanel CC Classic Flap. I have a Chanel CC Classic Flap. This is a Series 1 in lambskin in beige with 24 karat gold hardware, and it is a beautiful bag. This is a 35-year-old handbag. It is amazing and fantastic, and I know that, and this is the small size, and a lot of people say that the small size is too small to use. I disagree. I think that this is more elegant than the medium, and because I have a vintage version, it's not so poofy puffy with the quilts. The leather is broken in, and so it's very easy for me to get in and out of the bag. I don't have an issue with the weight. Another thing that people complain about this bag is that you can't crossbody it, but this is such an elegant bag that I don't believe it's meant to be crossbodied. So as a shoulder bag, it is a perfect shoulder bag drop. And that is one thing that I really do love about this bag. I think it's fantastic. It is a bag that works super well for me and my style, and I love having it in my collection. But if having that bag go crossbody is super important to you, look at the mini reissue. Now mine is actually a double flap in the mini reissue. It is an amazing patent leather, and this bag does go fantastically crossbody. It's also a great shoulder drop. And this is also one that you can actually get really good deals in the resale market. My husband was able to get this off of Fashion File for $16.50. Also, my vintage one, amazing pricing on it, way better price than getting it in store. So either way, way better than current Chanel prices, but I think that this is an incredible version of the bag as well. The reissue is also the initial bag that was released. So if you're wanting to go even a little bit more heritage, you're going to be looking at a reissue. I think that either way you go, you can't go wrong, and I'm so glad to have both of these in my collection. And finally, Dior. Now, while people are saying that the new Saigon bag introduced by Jonathan Anderson is the new top tier bag for Dior because they don't even sell it online, the top top tier iconic bag is always going to be the Lady Dior from Dior. And I have two unique versions. So my medium size one is in this beautiful brown, smooth leather as opposed to being in the canage. And then my mini is in this super fun, embellished disco sequin version of the bag. When it comes to usability, I understand what people say with the medium with the zipper closure. It will mark your hand up. But that's part of why I love it, because with that, it makes the bag more secure, much, much more secure. Lady Diana loved the zipper on the bag because it hid the contents of her bag from paparazzi. And I love that. I also love on the medium size that this isn't the canage because I think that it makes it look more elegant. And so I wear this one to work quite a lot. I also wear it when I'm luxury shopping, but I will only top handle carry this bag. I do not think this is a good bag if you are looking for it to go crossbody. But the mini Lady Dior is amazing when you are trying to get to go crossbody. I wear this crossbody a lot. I wear it with a chain shoulder strap a lot. I also carry it handheld to events. And this bag with the flap is so usable. I honestly think this is the best size in the bag, and I would definitely go for more Lady Dior's in any size in reality, but I think that going for the embellished, unique versions as opposed to my very classic Birkin, my classic Chanel flap, I think that the way to go with a Dior Lady Dior is to get a really unique one, and that is the better way to go. So the Lady Dior is also in my collection in two different variations. So do I have the ultimate luxury handbag collection? For me, I think I'm very close to getting there. There are a few more bags that I'd love to add in, but overall, I have those classics that I love. I have versions of them that I love, and I actually use all of these bags, and I enjoy using all of these bags. I have inarguably 4 out of 5 of the most iconic handbags. Louis Vuitton is where you can toss it up in the air a little bit about whether I have them or not, but for me, I'm very close to my ideal luxury handbag collection. There are definitely people who have way more Birkins and Kellys, who have way more exotics, who have way more special bags than I do. But for me in my collection, I don't want to have an overwhelming amount of bags because I want to be able to regularly rotate through all my bags. But if you were me, what bags do you think are missing from my collection to make it the ultimate luxury handbag collection? I have been extremely lucky to have many other bags than what you've seen in this video. So I'm very curious to hear what it is that you would add to my collection and how you feel that my collection is in terms of the ultimate luxury bag collection. With that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye!